gripes about, well done. Well, I did 15 of them, and 3 of them only took 10.
Yeah,
You know.
I know. I Artie may have given me a bag of them to take home and find out. I don't know.
No, those are not well done ones. I gave those to help
Okay.
because nobody wants well done steaks.
Okay. Yeah. You want to?
Yeah, yeah. We ate with them stuff. I really like those people. They're
Oh yeah, Randy.
Yeah.
Well, Randy used to live here.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was in school.
I know him for a long
Okay.
time.
Yeah. And he does a really good hamburger.
Call the meeting to order.
Roll call. Commissioner Spillman.
Here.
Commissioner Stover.
Here.
Commissioner Tweedy.
Here.
Commissioner Warren.
Here.
Mayor Beeson.
Here. Okay, if you guys want to join us for opening prayer. You'd like to give it?
Sure.
Thank you.
Dear God, I thank you for bringing us all here together today. I just ask that you be with our city commission as they're making important decisions for the city. And we also thank our guests here for being here today, the Hope Squad, and all the amazing things that they do for our community. We just ask that you bless them and continue to help them have success in what they do every day. Just ask you to be with the meeting as we move forward.
Amen.
If you'd like to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, the flag's over here. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any additions or deletions?
I move to approve the agenda as written.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Awards and proclamations.
Proclaim February 13th, 2025 as Day of Hope in Arkansas City.
Okay, we've got quite a little group here, or quite a group of Hope Squad here. You guys want to come forward? I'd like to present this to you. Got quite a group here. Awesome. All right, whereas. There you go. Whereas the city of Arkansas City is committed in promoting organizations that support the positive mental health and well-being of all its citizens. And whereas Hope Squad believes in the power of peer-to-peer connection to prevent suicide, and they're committed to raising awareness of mental health issues, sharing the hope, and saving lives. And whereas currently suicide is the second leading cause of death in the United States for youth ages 10 to 17 years old. And whereas more than 49,000 Americans died by suicide and another 1.6 million attempted suicide in 2022. And whereas in Kansas, 596 individuals died by suicide in 2022. And now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Chad Beeson, Mayor of the City of Arkansas City, do hereby proclaim February 13th, 2025 as Day of Hope in the City of Arkansas City, and encourage the community to join our efforts in any way that is personally meaningful. Make a birthday. Thank you. There we go.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Turnout. That's wonderful. Great.
I see what you
Good
do.
turnout.
Is this middle school and high school?
In college? That's awesome. Wonderful.
And the dog?
Good job, buddy. Quite a grab. That's quite a
It was
deal.
quite a crowd. We were just talking about get one or two of them.
Yeah. It's better to be down there with them, you know.
Yeah.
It's more meeting, sure.
Okay, consent agenda.
Approve the January 21st, 2025 regular meeting minutes as written. And item number 2 is a resolution declaring the boundary and limits of the city of Arkansas City pursuant of KSA 12517.
Josh, could you say something about that for the public so they'll understand on this consent agenda, so they'll understand it?
Sure. So every year we're supposed to declare the boundary for the city. This is just the official document that spells out the entire boundary of the city. And we send it off to the state, the county for voting districts and.
What is different from last year that we're doing this year?
So we actually didn't do it last year.
Okay.
But basically, the property is up by Creekstone and the 101 acre housing tract and Etsanoa. The property.
And you're talking on Creekstone, you're talking about the daycare center. Is that right?
And their little truck.
Yeah,
gate area.
right, okay.
Make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. New business.
City Manager Department, item number 1 is a resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to approve a proposal submitted by the Arnold Group to provide an employee classification plan, salary survey, and compensation study with a 3-year support package for a cost of $37,552 to be paid over a 3-year period.
So I will apologize to start off with. Marla McFarland, our HR director, is sick tonight, so I am here trying to fill in for her on this. So over a period of time, pay scales get out of whack as things change, and depending on what we're able to give for COLAs and things like that. So it's been a long time since we've done any type of pay study to make sure our compensation is in line with the types of jobs that we're doing. So with this proposal, the Arnold Group would do a comprehensive analysis of our external of our pay plans and compare to comparable businesses or cities like what we do, and then come up with where we should be on pay. And then it also provides us with some tools to manage that afterwards. For instance, when we hire someone on, based on the types of experience they have or qualifications, and we can adjust the entry level with this tool. And
With his qualifications.
yeah. So it'll be a good way to not only manage to get our current pay structure in line to where it should be based on the types of jobs that we're doing, the different departments. I mean, we have a wide variety of jobs within our city. Everything from medical, emergency to water, to streets, to a dog or animal enforcement, sanitation. So there's just a wide variety of jobs that we do here, and so we need to make sure that we're in line with our pay for each of those types of jobs that are out there. So the cost of this is $37,500 over a 3-year period. So the first year would be $15,021. Year 2 is $11,266, and year 3 is $11,266. And that not only provides the study, but the tool to manage it ongoing afterwards.
And where's the money come from? I mean, the finance.
So it's broke up from all the different departments. So general fund, water, sewer, and sanitation will be where the funds come from, which is primarily where the employees are at.
Underneath the money.
Yeah.
Well, we've never done this before. I mean, it's just kind of,
No, I know Marla at some point in the past has done an internal type study like this, but as far as having an external company really get out there and do it, no, we haven't. So
I think it's necessary. We've got a lot of, I think, talk to Marla, that a lot of our problems is people don't leave the city because they don't like the jobs or they don't like what they're working for. A lot of it is just because of pay. And so I think we need to get more adjusted to make us more competitive. Yes, be more competitive.
well, Winfield did this same study a couple of years ago. And
Yeah.
I know Marla went up there and talked to their HR person and really thought it was very, they learned a lot from that study and stuff.
yeah, and
Of course,
although
Winfield's be different from what we are too.
yeah, there'll be some similarities in what they do up there, but then they're totally different too because they have gas and electric
Right.
utilities and the way and some of the jobs that the people perform are different than the way we do it here. So yeah, it's pretty hard to call it apples to apples. So we really need to do our own to see where our people should be at. So.
And I move for a resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to approve a proposal submitted by the Arnold Group to provide an employee classification plan, salary survey, and compensation study with a 3-year support package for a cost of $37,552 to be paid over a 3-year period.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Item number 2 is an ordinance granting a conditional use permit to allow a short-term rental in an R2 medium density residential district located at 311 Highland Drive, requested by Bajuda Enterprises LLC,
I think it's
In-
Bodia.
Bodia Enterprises LLC, in the city of Arkansas City, Kansas.
All right, so we started regulating short-term rentals at the end of 2023. So this is a new thing for us. But the concern is that if you get too many in one area, then we are actually worsening our housing crisis. So there are certain uses that we have these conditional uses for. And what we do is we establish a certain number of conditions, hence the name, that the property owner has to meet in order to carry out the use. And so the Planning Commission met on January 14th, and they voted to recommend that you approve this based on 4 different conditions. One of them was maximum of 5 guests per night, no pets allowed, all parking should be off-street when feasible. That has a decent driveway, so that should be possible. The facility has to meet all the ADA and fire safety standards. That would be determined by the building official. And did I say them all? I did say them all. So those are the 4 conditions that have to be met in order for them to continue the use. The other thing that's important, I didn't put this in the notes, doesn't look like, but this is only for the current owner, so it would expire upon the sale of the property, and that's written hard-coded into the ordinance. So.
Josh, we had something similar several years ago that somebody bought a house and they could convert it into something like that. What was that and how's that
So
doing?
we looked at that as a lodging house, which
Yeah.
is a little bit different. But yeah, they were going to do a craft house.
Yeah,
where
craft,
somebody
that's what it was.
stay
Yeah.
home or stay there overnight, and they would have this little party. To the best of my knowledge, they've never done that.
Okay.
And if they are, we're not having any problems.
Okay.
But yeah,
No,
I think they still
there
own it.
I know there was opposition against that for a while, about noise and, and all that stuff. And so I was just curious.
Basically a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but nobody's coming in to cook for them.
Right,
in
sure,
this case.
sure.
But yes, it just like an Airbnb, if you're
Airbnb,
familiar
okay,
with one of
yeah.
those, that's how this would function. I think they're wanting to use a service like that, which actually is a positive thing for us too, because that service would help vet people, and we would actually have recourse against that company if we needed to as well.
They also collect the transient guest tax.
Yeah, if applicable, they would also collect that. Those kind of things.
Anything over 30 days doesn't apply though.
No, not long.
Right.
What do you mean, Charlie?
Well, if you stay less than 30 days in a hotel or something, then it applies. But if
Okay.
you're there for more than 30, it's considered something different.
Okay.
Then it's just a regular rental, which we don't regulate like that.
Well, that being said, I make a motion, the ordinance granting the conditional use permit to allow a short-term rental in a R2 medium density residential district located at 311 Highland Drive, requested by, what's the, Bogia or
Deha? Deha?
Bodie?
I believe it's.
Okay, Bodea Enterprises LLC in Arkansas City, Kansas.
Second.
And this is a roll call vote?
Commissioner Spillman,
Yes.
Commissioner Stover,
Yes.
Commissioner Warren,
Yes.
Commissioner Tweedy,
Yes.
Mayor Beeson.
Yes. City manager reminders and updates.
So the C-CLIP kickoff meeting is scheduled for February 6th at 10:30 a.m. So the C-CLIP project that we have this year is to mill and overlay from 8th Street to the Ark River Bridge on Madison. So this kind of the start of that project, getting that going. Of course, it won't be actually done until we get into summer when we're in asphalt season, but process is going. All the agreements for the hike bike trail are completed from the state and the city level now. So we're waiting now for the contractor to set a date for the construction to begin. That'll be anywhere from March to June this year. So keep you posted on that. On the legislative front, so SB 86 is the Heartland Flyer hearing. That's would be to fund the Heartland Flyer from the state level. That hearing is February 6th at 10:30. So I did provide the written testimony that I sent in today, and then I'll be there along with other representatives from South Central Kansas, and I believe the mayor of Ponca City will be there too. Which last year when he was there, the state, the committee members were actually impressed that an Oklahoma mayor came to Kansas to testify on behalf of this. So, but anyway, we'll see if we can get that going. Senate Bill 117 is Strotherfield legislation. That's cleans up some legislation that's already in place for Strotherfield. That's been a problem with property taxes out there. So this is going to go through the Senate Commerce Committee, either the 11th, 12th, or 13th. The date's still kind of up there, but it'll probably be the 13th is when it goes through. So we'll be up there to provide testimony on support of that. You all received an invitation to the night at the museum at the Cherokee Strip Land Museum. So there's two options there, February 7th or the 11th, and that'll be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So like I said, you guys got tickets on that the other day, so just want to remind you of that. So Marla McFarland, our HR director, is being honored at the Wichita Business Journal HR Professional Awards on February 13th. It's at the Riverfront Stadium in Wichita from 11 a.m. to 1. So it's a lunch and it's a nice event to honor.
Thursday?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. So we do have seats. We have a table of 7 total, and so we got some seats available there. So if anybody would like to go to that and represent, just kind of wish her well. Again, it's usually a pretty nice meal and a nice event there.
And what date is it?
That is the 13th.
Oh, it says it right there, Thursday,
Yeah.
February. Good job.
Yeah. So if you can let Shannon know if you're interested. And then you need to know by the end of the day tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Thursday. Also want to remind you all of the SCK Health Foundation Gala on the March 1st. And again, I think you all have tickets for that. The Cali County Humane Society is having a gala for fundraising on April 5th. It's Wags and Whiskers at 5:30 at K Shaw Event Center. So if any of you would like to attend that, let us know, and we'll go support the Humane Society at their gala. You have a copy of the project list there in front of you. Nick put together, and earlier today, Shanna. So since we've had our work session last time, where we kind of came up with our strategic planning and stuff, had some illnesses and stuff, but we've think we're all back. Shannon got kind of the compilate, all the notes put together. So we'll get that stuff put together here, hopefully before the next meeting with some plans and dates and stuff in there. And then we'll let you guys take a look at that, and then you can approve that in the next meeting or two. And that's all I've got.
Far along the signs on the outside area.
I believe the foundations are all
They look good.
Yeah, you just on the south end, I saw that one, yeah.
So they, I think they've got Ford on the east side now.
It is. I went by and saw it just yesterday. So
So they need a little time for that to cure out before they put the rock concrete. I think they're ready now to, after the cure time is in place on the concrete, they're ready to install.
I think your street department went out there and put in quite a bit of work cleaning up that limestone beside it as well. So it looks really good out there right now.
That's gonna be nice, I'm telling you. It's just a long time going.
Those will be attractive and they'll be low maintenance and lots of them.
Be there for a long time.
And to bring up a poor subject, I thought the city of Arkansas City home of Creekstone looked great.
Mhm.
I think if people would, instead of just listening to it, and maybe what others think, if they go out and look at it, the city of Ark City is bigger than the Creekstone sign. They paid for it for us. So I think it was a well done job, and it looks great. I don't think, I think if you're complaining about it, you haven't gone out to look at it because it looks good.
Well, our street, we gotta be proud of Creekstone because they're our
Absolutely.
biggest employer and they donate a lot to the public and civic organization stuff. They're just a great bunch of people out there, so.
We had a couple of fair steaks at the chamber, didn't
That's
we?
right. And steaks at the chamber.
So, okay. Thank you, Randy. Any items from the city commissioners?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I had a citizen come to my house to ask me a question, and since the Humane Society is on here, and I said to this person, the city doesn't have anything to do with running of the Humane Society, but I will ask this question and hopefully it'll get to them and we'll get an answer. They said they saw all these obituaries that had money being donated to the Humane Society and was wondering if it really got to the Humane Society, and if so, was there any accountability for that? And I said,
That's a fair question.
That's a good question.
I will do the best I can to give you an answer.
Well, there were donations in the line items on the budget that they showed us. So I'm assuming that's where it goes.
I think Randy's still gonna check into it.
Yeah, I'll have them do this report.
Okay.
And I will say, I know I've spoken with Therese upstairs, and she's been doing a lot of donating her time and put some accountability into the books and everything. Amy out there has got a plan where she's working on a plan for big improvements. They posted something on that just the other day. So I think the Humane Society is going in a really good direction. I plan on going to this Wags and Whiskers, and if they're doing an auction, I may spend more money than I want to, but I think they're doing a good job out there. They're moving in the right direction, and I wholeheartedly think we ought to support them.
I have something to say. Kenyon called me up yesterday to come down to the museum. I haven't been down there for almost 2 years. And so she took me through that thing, and I was amazed what's happened down there. I mean, the new showrooms they put up stuff, and they have the little boxes now. You can push the button, and it talks to you about, the Randy Davis, the Mercantile Exchange, stuff. And then the big run we had, back 1870, whatever it was. And it was just unbelievable what they've done down there. And I encourage everybody, either Friday or Tuesday, to go down there and take a look at. They're having that open house, and it's really good. I was shell shocked, really. That thing's cleaned up and
Smells good.
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying that there's been a lot of work done in that thing, and I just, I was amazed. So I'm just passing it on.
Thank you.
Commissioner Gilbert? Commissioner Good?
Have none?
Well, then I'm going to brag on Commissioner Tweedy at the chamber.
he was acknowledged as the chamber champ. I think he said he made about 46 of the 50 coffees they had that year. So, and he was, I think about every picture they popped up, he was in there or somewhere in the background. So, your community service and your community spirit does not go unnoticed. And
Thank you.
we're lucky to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for what you do, Charlie.
Yeah, that was a total surprise.
They were the best ones.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay. Comments from the audience for items not on the agenda.
No one's wished to sign up.
Okay.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Meeting adjourned. I gotta use my gavel twice.
We've created a monster.